What's up, Sooner Nation? I hope everyone's having a terrific Tuesday. Uh, Here at the Sooner Surge, it's a good day. We know it's always a great day to be a Sooner, but if you have been on the Twitter world or Twitterverse, whatever you want to call it, you've probably seen that Patty Gasso has released another Go Boomer tweet, Jay. So we're here, as we always are, to cover OU softball because that's what we like to do. But here to, I guess, talk about, Jay, who is this Go Boomer tweet going to be?
I mean, there's different options. I think the first person everybody says, "Oh, is it Kennedy? Is it Kennedy?" I don't think it's Kennedy. I think it's one of two players. If I had to put my guess on it, you got Riley Holtorf, a shortstop that's been in the portal that would be an option. The other one would be, I think, Bella Smith out of Campbell University, the pitcher. I think those are the two names I would kind of guess. We'll see though. It could be other players too. I just think those two are the heavy, probably I would say favorites right now for this tweet. I mean, here's the thing: they do need probably an infielder, experienced infielder. Riley Holtorf is that, and she's really dang good. They also need a pitcher because we do not know if OU is going to land Kennedy. Yes, I hope OU does, but I even think with Kennedy, you need another pitcher. I think 5. I think you would need 5. I think that's probably the best bet. I mean, because really look at it this way. Say it's Holtorf. That leaves you 2 more spots. Do you think OU is going to spend another spot in outfielder or infielder? I kind of doubt it. So I think maybe 2 pitchers is where they're leaning.
I think 5 pitches is what Rocha and company want. Patty Gasso all year last year talked about how she loved having an actual staff. They're not going to go to this season with 4 pitchers, in my opinion. Now, if you have Kennedy, you could probably do that, but I think 5 would be the number. And Jay, if you go by exclamation points, and I know this is, again, Colin mentioned it last night on our live, but 8 exclamation points when they land Abby Dayton, who plays outfield. This one had 6 exclamation points. Shortstop is the infield position that has the 6th spot as far as is 6 in the scorebook, which if it's a shortstop, I'm leaning toward Riley Holtorf as the shortstop, Jay.
So right
now,
Holtorf?
Agbiana has not, from what I've seen, I haven't found her name anywhere, but she is a shortstop player and a pitcher. But I'm going Riley Holtorf if it's a shortstop.
But are you saying that's who it is? Jen wants one name. Who would you say right now?
Riley Holtorf.
I'll go the other one. I'll go Isabella Smith then. That way.
And I will say that I was one who did say that Kennedy would be within 48 hours. Would it totally shock me? No. Yeah, if it's Agbiani from BYU, that's a massive get too because shortstop and pitcher, Jay.
Mark says we're looking for a 1 for Kennedy. I don't know. Here's what I will say this. Here's what I will say. If you were going to play this out to perfection, right? Kennedy would be your last person to get. There would be 5. There would be 4 players already committed, and there'd be one last Go Boomer tweet, and it would be Kennedy. And I think the buildup would be huge for that. But I don't know, Jeremy. What is the deal on Agbiani, guys?
Again, I never could find officially that she was in the portal. I'm not on insider boards or anything, but Jay, she is a shortstop / pitcher. That's one thing to note.
Oh, she's an outstanding player is what she is.
But I do like Riley Holtorf and what she would bring to Sooners.
Oh, I think Holtorf would be a huge addition to Oklahoma. We've talked about her many times, so I think that's another option. Mark says the longer Kennedy drags us out, the more it seems like it's about the money. You also got to take in consideration she is with USA softball over in Japan, so you do have that too. So I don't know if that affects anything or not.
Jay. That's why I think her would be before all that going. She's going to want to kind of nail that down, I think.
Richard says, of course, it's about the money. Yeah, I don't know if there's a nobody. Kelly, this is a name nobody has talked about.
No one has.
Nobody's talked about this name at all. But hey, it could be somebody we haven't mentioned. Who knows? But I would guess, like you said, Holtorf or Isabella Smith of those two. That's kind of my guesses right now.
Here's where I would be shocked. I would be absolutely shocked, Jay, if it's an outfielder. I would be absolutely shocked. I'd be absolutely shocked if it's a catcher. It's going to be a pitcher.
It's not going to be a catcher.
That's what I'm saying, Jay. It's going to be a pitcher or middle infield.
Hunter dropped the stats, I think, of
Rhodey.
He dropped Rhodey stats, right? Those are good numbers. Those are really powerful hitter. Unbelievable. Let me give you some stats for Isabella Smith, guys. Pitcher out of Campbell. Before Campbell, she pitched at James Madison. She was a redshirt junior last year, so she would be a senior this year. She started 30 games last year, had 18 complete games, 1.56 ERA, 26-7 record, 239 strikeouts in 206 innings. So that's a really good number. Had 2 no-hitters last year. And I know everyone say, well, she plays at Campbell. They don't play the competition. You are correct. But also, they did play Duke. And Duke, by the way, she beat Duke. And 4 hits against Duke. So she can do it.
These dudes know nothing.
They are opinions. You're correct.
Yeah, they're my opinions. I think I know softball pretty well, but NO is KNOW. I do know that. Anyway, I try to follow along OU softball. I'm not saying I know everything in the land about softball. Okay,
I already said it's my opinion. That's my out of who I think it is. But
yeah, one of 3 Charlotte players that transferred Jay to everyone's going to the SEC. I do know that. That's where everyone's going for softball, SEC. Well, I do know that.
It's not just softball, but I don't know. Who do you guys think it is? Bomb says ignore that. Who do you guys think it is in the chat? Bunch of y'all on here right now. Who do you think the Go Boomer tweet was about for tonight? And do you think we find out tonight? I do. I think it'll be maybe within the next hour or 2.
If you're going off of exclamation marks and if Patty means anything by those, if she's trying to do that, then it would be a shortstop. I mean, that's what it would be, Jay.
I don't pay attention to the exclamation marks. But
when will we know? William, here's what I say. And here's what I do know. When Patty tweets out a Go Boomer tweet, that same day the commitment happens. It's announced.
It's usually earlier in the day, but
usually 11 or 12.
Usually it goes out and then it kind of cooks on a little bit and people talk about it and try to figure out who it's going to be. And then usually I would say anywhere from 4 to 6 hours after she puts it out, you hear something. So I would think it's going to be sometime this evening. Robert, thanks so much. Appreciate that. Hey, we're just on here to talk about it. That's what we're doing.
Again, yeah, we are on here. We're having a live to just chat about who this could be. Jay, again, the names that we have both said, Riley Holtorf, you mentioned Isabella Smith. Obviously, the big get would be Niga Kennedy. Are there any other names, Jay? Agbayani.
I don't know about that one.
I don't either, Jay. I don't know how we can find that out.
Not sure either. So, but I think those 2, like I mentioned earlier, I did get a haircut. Correct.
I love Agbayani. I cannot find anywhere that she was in the portal, Jay.
On TikTok, Kelly says she's in New York as far as Niga Kennedy. So
let me explain this, CJ. CJ.
I don't think they have. That's why I don't follow it.
So CJ, here's the deal. This last one, if you want to correlate to the scorebook, it happened with Abby Dayton, okay? As far as 8. 6 would be shortstop. However, it did not happen. It has not that's not been the trend of all Patty's tweets. Maybe she's changing it up. And Shyla says that could not find any confirmation of Agbayani in the portal.
Yeah, I don't know. I've looked everywhere. And here's the thing. If she's in the portal for softball portal, for for all these people not to have said anything about her, I think it's kind of weird. Like, why isn't it out there?
How did it go so much under the radar, Jay?
That's my only question about it. Is so I would love confirmation. And there it is. John's confirming it was on extra innings.
Fang on here the other night said it, but again, maybe it's through an inside. I'm just saying it hasn't been a lot of public stuff on there, Jay.
And she would be an amazing get out of the portal.
Jay, would she be the best? Would she be the best option? Shortstop?
Her and Riley Holtulf are both really good players.
Agreed.
I mean, both all conference first teams. I mean, they're both really good. So type players. So I don't know. I think it's kind of what you want. Now, here's what I will say. I'd have to look. Maybe Hunter can drop her pitching stats in there. But if you were to get Kennedy and then you have her as an option to also pitch,
that's ideal.
That might be an option too. I don't know her. No, right now they have 3 pitchers.
Listen, hey,
Monticelli, Kirsten Deal, Audrey Lowry. Right now there's 3.
That's who they got. 3 pitchers.
Tony, thanks for joining today. Right now there's 3.
Correct.
Agree, Robert.
Jay, Ella Parker pitched in high school.
Robert, I agree with you. I'm with you. I don't think anything happens with Kennedy very soon. I know Jeremy disagrees, but I don't think it does.
Well, I want to bring up what Robert says here. Robert's talking about kind of the impact that Maxwell Hanson Coleman talked about. You know, they lived it for so many years. If she isn't decided, maybe that will help her decide. But I just feel like personally, again, Robert, this is his personal opinion, she's going to kind of want to get that out of the way, possibly. That's all a personal opinion that I have. That's it. Okay. I'm not claiming that I know anything.
And CJ Riley, to me, it's been so long since she entered the portal. I think where else is she going to go? I think that's why I think she's probably going to end up at OU. And yeah, that's it. We didn't see any tweets either about it. But I do think Isabella Smith or Bella Smith, however you want to, I don't know exactly the name she goes by, but Bella Smith, look up, go watch her tapes from Campbell. Outstanding pitcher. Would be a great addition to Oklahoma.
Yeah, talk about.
William. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, William. Hey, Hunter dropped in Agbiani's pitching stats. They're not great. But she would be an arm if they needed one. Look, they don't have to. It depends on, of course, Kennedy is a lot of, but let's not underappreciate Kirsten Deal. Kirsten Deal is a great pitcher. Monticelli's upside, I think, is great. Got high velocity, super passionate and energetic. So it's not like they're just searching for arms. Of course, well, I think Patty Gasso wants 5 pitchers.
I think with Monticelli, though, a lot of fans really didn't get to see her because she never pitched more than, 1 inning at a time. It was mainly out of relief, so didn't really get a whole lot of start. Should she start any games last year? Maybe 1, maybe. Not much, though. So I think really as an OU fan, you haven't seen her in a full starting role. So that would be new to Oklahoma. And you haven't seen Audrey Lowry pitch in an OU uniform. And I think the biggest thing is this for somebody like Audrey Lowry. Audrey Lowry, Kelly, is a great pitcher, unbelievable pitcher, power pitcher, really, really dang good rise ball. Really good rise ball, high velocity pitcher, a lot of strikeouts. She strikes out a lot of players in the high school. Here's what I'll say, though. I do think it's going to be a little bit more difficult as OU moves to the SEC for a freshman to come in and just because I think Big 12, you had some tough teams and tough series, but there were other series that weren't. So in the SEC, it's a different ballgame. So I do think Audrey Lowry will pitch this year. I think she'll pitch innings. I just don't know how much. Will it be like Kirsten Deal as a freshman, or will it be more than that? I don't know. But she's a really good pitcher, extremely good pitcher.
CJ Bunker, I think it's tonight. I think it's probably in the next 2 hours.
I think it's tonight.
Yeah, if you base it off of what's been done in the past, I can't think of a time when there was a Go Boomer tweet and then a next day. Greg God says Isabella Smith. Jay, you've already mentioned Isabella Smith out of Campbell. We've talked a little bit about her. Yeah, that's one a lot of people don't know, but it's one that's been on your radar, I know.
Let's talk about this. Ideally, you have 3 spots right now. Ideally, Sooner fans, here's what I would think. I would think ideally you want a middle infielder, probably a shortstop.
Correct.
I think you want 2 pitchers. I think those are the 3. I think that's an ideal. So right now, my ideal portal ending to this transfer portal season for Oklahoma would be Riley Holtorf or Agbiani at shortstop, Isabella Smith, and Kennedy. That'd be great. That couldn't do any better than that. That would be outstanding.
I'm with you, Jay. I think those 3, and a lot of people don't know about Bella Smith. A lot of people, look, she's a redshirt junior, so she's been in college for a while. She pitched at James Madison before Campbell, and you talked about her beating Duke, and she's got a good ERA and pitched a lot of innings. It's similar to a Carly Keeney in some ways not. But
here's the deal. She was Conference Player of the Year at James Madison. She was Conference Player of the Year at Campbell. She holds the school record at Campbell for career strikeouts, career wins, single season wins, single season appearances, and single season strikeouts. So it's not like, I know a lot of people say it's Campbell. I get it. But she has pitched against some good competition and pitched very well. 4 hits to Duke is all she allowed, and they were ranked number 3 at the time in April. So really good. Yeah, currently they have 2. Go ahead.
Oh, Kirsten Dill's a lefty. Peyton Monticelli and Isabella Smith are both righties. Who am I missing, Jay?
Peyton Monticelli, Kirsten Dill. Audrey Lowry's a lefty.
Yeah. Hey, Paul, has Kennedy visited any campuses? There has been rumors that she was on campus at OU once, but I have not confirmed anything of where she's been. I do know she's going to be in Japan soon.
Yeah, and there's been rumors on everything with Kennedy. I would guess my gut would tell me that she's probably visited Oklahoma. I think any team that she's looking at going to, I would say she's probably already visited. I don't know that. I would just think she probably has.
Yeah. And there's Hunter. Appreciate it, Hunter. Lowry and Dill lefties. Monticelli's a righty. Isabella Smith would be a righty as well.
Yeah.
And that's 4 pitchers at that point. And, of course, Kennedy is an absolute superstar.
Yeah.
Paul said most calls.
I do think the people that I've seen a lot of people say, is this Kennedy? I don't think at all on this one. I said I think it's going to drag out. I think it will. What is the reasoning for her to go ahead and announce? I don't think
get it out of the way. And Jay, this is where you and I kind of have a differing viewpoint.
Yeah, we do.
And part of it is just me personally. If I try to put myself in her shoes, if I'm going to Japan, I might want some of those decisions out of the way. Wouldn't want that kind of looming what my decision is going to be. But you got the other side, and that's correct. Same representative as Javion McCollum, former basketball player at the University of Oklahoma.
Yeah, they represent a lot of players. So, but what do you think about what I said? 2 pitchers and a shortstop would be ideal.
Absolutely,
right?
Jay.
I mean, what other position do you really need? I don't think you need any other.
Look, who they have coming in, a lot of middle infielders. You only need 1 middle infielder. You've already got an outfielder in Abby Dayton. You combine that with Maya Bland at Pickering, Core when she's back after surgery. They have other outfielders. It's 2 pitchers you got to bring in.
Hey, Baum, that's you agree with Jeremy. Payton, thanks for joining. Payton says Chris Plink said Kennedy has already been on campus. Said it today on his radio show. So there you go.
And again, Jay, I think she has to know
where she's going.
That's why I said this could be Kennedy.
I would be shocked.
It would be. I know you would, Jay. The only history would be the Javion. Hunter dropped in that Javion McCollum used the same firm. He was the transfer basketball player that came to OU last year and now is transferred out of OU.
But are you surprised? Doesn't Lauren Chamberlain have a management group though?
I believe so, Jay.
So I don't know all of that. I don't know. I know it's not the same group. That's what I'm. What are you saying, Hunter? What's not the same group?
Maybe he's saying Javion McCollum's not the same group. I thought it was, but We'll get
Yeah,
to that in a second.
I don't follow all that, so I don't know. I would be JT Gasso follows procedure. I would be surprised if it was Candy though. Wouldn't you?
Hey, I
know
won't
you.
be surprised, Jay. I'm not going to be surprised. I've already said that. Any idea how much OU offered while she was on campus? No, I don't have. I'm not privy to any of that information. I will say that they did. OU lost a lot of seniors. Maybe there's more money to go around. I don't know.
Matt, they already got the center fielder, Abby Davis. So now you need shortstop and pitchers for the rest of the way. John, this is kind of I don't know. This is the question. I think we're all asking is Agbiani in the portal? I haven't seen it. People have seen it from extra inning softball, which I think that's a paid site. I'm not sure. I don't follow extra inning softball. So, but she has not. It's not been all over Twitter like a lot of other portal entries. If she is.
Hey, and the other thing is Sooner Madness. It actually could be that we need less exclamation points for Kennedy if there is a correlate. If there's a correlation between how many exclamation points, if that correlates with that position group in the scorebook, which Abby Dayton's did, if this ends up being a shortstop, then that one would as well. That could be so much looking into it. I don't know. That's the fun part about being a
Jeremy, I know with your hat on, you kind of look like you're on a treasure hunt, but there's no need to be on a treasure hunt with these Patty Gasso exclamation points. Stop it. I think it's kind of, I don't think there's anything to it. But you do look like you're getting ready to go on maybe National Treasure Hunt or something. I don't know, but definitely don't need it for this. I don't think, I agree with what somebody said on there. I don't know if she knows how many exclamation points she puts on.
Remember, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Where in the world is Niga Kennedy right now? That's kind of the big question.
She's in New York. Sounds like.
New York. So Jay, right now, let me just ask you, who is the commitment going to be tonight?
I'm with what I started. I'm saying Isabella Smith.
And I like that. I know you also talked about some likes that were followed.
Don't hold me to it, guys. I think Holtorf is a very good option tonight. It could be.
Riley Holtorf, and it could be Kennedy. The bomb could drop the bomb there on Kennedy.
Bomb is dropping a bomb by saying Kennedy.
It could be. I said within 48 hours 2 days ago, Jay. Just saying. It's about 48 hours, Jay.
Yeah, we'll see. And I think we'll know by, I don't know, I would say 6 or 7, I think we know. But we'll see. Appreciate everybody being on there right now.
Yeah, anything else, Jay? Hey, how many portal entries are going to the SEC is unbelievable.
Well, that's smart. I mean, that's the best.
Absolutely.
If you're trying to move up a league, like you look at a lot of the players look at OU. OU players had 3 go to the SEC. But if you played at OU, I mean, where are you going to go? Are you going to drop down? I mean, I don't think so. You can go back to pass. Mackenzie Donahue, Sophia Nugent, they both went to Tennessee. So it's normal. It's kind of been, as of late, a lot of players have been doing that.
Mark, let me say this, Mark. As soon as it is announced, there will be a video that goes out talking about that player and their commitment to the University of Oklahoma. And also, depending on the time, we do a live every night at 9:30. So it depends on maybe how close it is to that or kind of what's going in. But appreciate everyone that's always on here watching. We appreciate you guys so much.
And Selene, thanks for joining. This is a question that I am not 100% sure. Maybe Hunter knows the ins and outs of it. But a lot of the players do sign with groups like this that help with different things, whether it be NIL, also maybe PRs. I know sometimes you have to go through them to get in touch with the player per se. So like if you want to get in touch with Jada Coleman, maybe it was for a podcast or something you want to have on, you go through the management group. Also for NIL, you can go through the management group. I hope that helps.
Hunter may be able to hop on here if he's privy to any of that information and kind of explain it better than we can. But yeah, I think it is both. And if Hunter wants to hop on here, he can, but and explain any of that. But it's definitely a new world. Okay. Robert says if Agbiani's in the portal, that seems to be the $1 million question, then that's who he's going. And I agree. If she's in the portal,
and lands at OU, it will be the
quietest
quietest portal entry I've ever seen. I mean, for that caliber of a player not to be out there as much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Not
necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but a lot of them do, though. A lot of them do.
Yeah. Paul's mentioning football boosters being involved.
I would say no chance of that. I mean, football's using their money towards football.
Yeah. Hey, so we should find out. I'm going to say, what time is it right now, Jay? 4:25 or so. Yeah. I'm going to say by 6:30, we're going to know who this is. What about you, Jay? You got a time constraint on this thing?
I think it's about right. Everybody needs to go get dinner. Grab your dinner. Go home. Wait for the announcement. Who is the transfer, Braden? I'm going with Bella Smith tonight. Isabella Smith, picture out of Campbell. And go, hey, here's what you need to do. In the meantime, before the announcement, go look it up. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on different places. Just search Isabella Smith Campbell pitcher. Go look at her pitching. Really good player. You can find her stats. Like I went over them earlier, but really good addition it would be.
The 4 names that we've mentioned really on this live: Isabella Smith, pitcher out of Campbell University. Obviously, Niga Kennedy out of Stanford. It would be massive. You got Riley Holtorf, shortstop, and then you got, if she's in the portal, you got Agbiani out of BYU. Those are the names. But again, thank you so much. Yeah, Tony makes a great point about freshmen.
That is a great point. That is a great point.
Tegan Kavan there at Texas was great. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys, as always, for joining us. Hey, listen, if you are not subscribed, click the subscribe button. Like Jeremy said, we go live every night, not just softball. Football is going to be ramping up. So make sure you join, be subscribed. But, hey, this live can't happen without y'all rolling the comments. So you guys keep it rolling. So we really do appreciate it. Thanks for watching tonight. Have a good night.